Hello everyone, Jared here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing that series I had started on us building a graveyard in one of our escape rooms. So as you recall from video one, if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. But that video was pretty much just getting the room set up. There wasn't really much done in that. It was pretty basic. So in this video, I'm going to try and leave you with a lot more done. So this looks a lot more like a graveyard than it did before. Now I have completed some work since you've seen this last back here. It's hard to tell until I get all the wood on it, but this is the start of one crypt. And then over here you can see we've made some progress on our gravedigger shack. I've got most of the outside there. You can still see the door. And we have gotten the inside of it basically sided. We went with this, all different sizes of this pine board. We wanted different dimensions. We wanted it to look real ratty. And of course we're gonna paint it. It's just, obviously that gray stuff is left over from something else. Anyway, now the first thing I'm gonna work on today is building a second larger sort of mausoleum slash crypt. This is actually gonna be Dracula's crypt to be. There'll be a puzzle involving his coffin. So as you can see, what I've done so far is I took some 3/4 inch, cut it down, and put a couple pieces on the side. Now, I could have just made this more of an L instead of using a big 16-inch piece of 3/4, but I didn't feel like making sure I got the dimensions correctly for when I want to put the front piece on. I don't know if I'm saying that in a way that makes sense, because I know what I'm doing, and it didn't make sense to me just now. I just thought this would be easier. We'll leave it at that. The way we like building our graveyard crypts is to just basically build little beams, as you can see here. Right now it's just an L, and then I've got a couple of little spacers here that I've put in for stability. Now I'm gonna take the top piece, glue it all together, air nail it, and then I'll just screw it to the top. It's pretty simple. It works well for us, and it's very sturdy. Is there a better way? Most likely, but it's the way we enjoy doing it. Got the first top layer on this mausoleum. I'm about to close it up. Got a couple pieces of plywood cut to go over those. And before I do that, let me show you this. There will be an electronic element to Dracula's coffin puzzle. So took a piece of PVC pipe acting as a piece of conduit, stuck it in there, just in case we ever have to add additional wires or we want to remove those, because I don't anticipate taking these columns apart to be easy. So that just makes it simpler for us to get the wire in and out. Okay, moving on. Jumping ahead a little bit, you can see the progress that we've made on Dracula's mausoleum. I've sort of prototyped a triangular roof for that. I've got it setting up there, trying to decide whether or not I like it. I'm kind of leaning towards going through with it, but like I said, still deciding. Also started working on another crypt. This one we built away from the wall. We have a little crawl through down here coming from a previous game area, so we kind of extended that out. This is not going to open during the game, but we do need to put some stuff in here. That's why it's exposed at the moment, and it will be incorporated into one of the puzzles. It's just not going to be a part that pops open. I think for the top of the crypt here, I'm going to also do a triangular one, or a triangular roof, as I'm calling it. Right here, I'm going to put some columns going up the side and also put another little overhang. Very similar to this design, except the bottom is going to be jutted out a little bit. And then over here, we're about to start a little bit more of traditional crypt where they're stacked on top of each other and over. I don't know the technical term, or even if there is a term different from this style to the style we're doing here, but this is gonna probably be the more traditional style people think of. A little bit of progress on this one as well. I don't remember what this looked like the last time I showed it, but got a top up there. I'm going to leave that as a flat top, and I'm going to buy a bunch of wood rose onlays to go onto this crypt to decorate it, because it's going to play into a puzzle. It's gonna be the crypt of somebody named Rose. I also, while not part of the graveyard, I did add some lettering to the front of our facade. It's missing some S's. It's gonna say Bill's Morgue and Coffins, which is a ongoing joke that we have with our former haunted house partner, where we used to do a bunch of stuff in the haunted house and naming it Bill, like Bill's Mill, Bill's Salvage, Bill's Hill. And just little jokes, just kind of continuing that. Even though he is not a part of the escape rooms, still, you know, I like to tease him with those little jokes every now and then. All right, we're gonna do a little time jump, see what I can get done on this guy. Got our first wall up for our other crypt here. I got a couple little things here. These are gonna be compartments that open, and then we built two underneath. These won't actually open for the game, but they'll allow us to access our electronics for the other two. There's a little bit better shot at this. I moved the scaffolding out of the way. And then we got this going on here. So not too bad for progress on the second video. I'm gonna end it here, and then we'll get started finishing this up in the next update. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully there was something of interest in here. This is certainly not a tutorial on how to do this type of work. It's just the way we do it. I'm sure there's better ways and worse ways. Hopefully you liked something from it. So, okay, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.